Today's episode, we want to talk about long distance relationships. Those who are in UK, how are you managing your relationships? We know it's not easy to relocate. It's not easy to leave your husband here. It's not easy to leave your children behind. It's not easy to leave your beautiful wife here in Zimbabwe and you go abroad in the UK. It's not easy. If it's difficult for someone to leave his family and go to South Africa, what about the UK? It's quite difficult. But you sacrificed for the sake of the family. You sacrificed for the sake of your children. And you go to the UK. Yes, UK is good. UK is excellent. We all pray that we should go to the UK. UK money is there. You get your pounds and develop your life in Zimbabwe. How about the family? Is your marriage safe? Is your marriage still intact? A lot of people are struggling in terms of their marriages. A lot of people, their marriages are collapsing for the sake of the pound. Is marriage still a valuable thing nowadays? Is still a thing that we value? That was written in the Bibles that says two are better than one. Marriage is good. Marriage is ordained by God. But in this case, yes, money answers all things. But in terms of our marriages, is money answering the problems of our marriage? I know that I'm a mother. You miss your kids. And most kids that are into drugs here, in my area especially, their parents are in the UK. Those kids who are missing school, their parents are in the UK. Should we forgo our kids? Should we forgo the life of our kids for the sake of the pounds? Please, guys, I welcome you, our viewers. I welcome you, our subscribers. Let's help our sister. Let's help our brother here. Some of the people and some of us, we are busy applying to go to the UK. We are busy looking forward to earn pounds and develop our lives. But on another note, the other hand is crying. I remember pandakaenda nemurume wangu South Africa to relocate. Inina, I was used to going to South Africa, order. But to him, it was his first time. So, you know, women in South Africa, they are beautiful. They are beautiful. And dressing yavanongo cover pa breast chest and pama bums. Makumbi esanenge ari panza. And he was like, achingocheuka. And andiri busy na ngoti, hey. Aishamisika dressing. What more in the UK? Mumamo. How are you copy, guys? How are you copy? Mumamo. Are you still the daddy that we know? Are you still daddy? Or you are now brother? People, they don't even know that you are married. Are you still mommy? Or people, they just don't know that you are married here. They know that you are single. when you're in the UK. You are now single. Guys, please help us. Please help us. May God keep your marriages. With the issue of ban of dependent visas and the new regulations that are happening in the UK, how are you managing it? How are you surviving, guys? Yes, we want money. Yes, we want work. Yes, we want everything good in our lives. But is pound all that we want? Let's help each other. For those who haven't subscribed, kindly subscribe for more information and more updates. Those who have managed to keep their relationships safe, please help us. We want to help a sister here. We want to help a sister who is struggling there. Okay. Because I got a lot of calls from people who are in the UK and they are crying because of their marriages. Some of them, they went with their husbands and their husbands are now nowhere to be found. Their wives are nowhere to be found. The husbands are crying for their wives and wives are crying for their husbands. What's really happening in the UK? Please call us. We want to know what's really happening in the UK in terms of relationships. One of the ladies who is here, her boyfriend went to the UK and they promised to marry each other. And it's now 5 years. The lady is still waiting. What should my sister do? And the other brother is crying here again. The sister went to the UK and the sister is nowhere to be found now. Should the brother still wait for the sister who is in the UK? Please help us. What should we do? I've got a sister who went to the UK and the husband was supposed to follow last year. And unfortunately, I don't know what happened. He prepared all the papers and on the visa now, they found out that he has got a ban and he couldn't go. So he's here in Zimbabwe until the ban is over. Is the sister of mine going to wait for the husband? Is my Bamkuru going to wait for my sister? What's happening, guys? Help us. Those who managed to secure their marriages, we want your input. Those who are struggling in the UK, please give us a shout. You never know your neighbor, he has conquered that and she can help you. I know when you go out, Zimbabweans, they help each other. Don't be quiet with your situation. Don't be quiet. If you face any problems in the UK, give a shout. Someone out there is there to help you. My brother, how are you coping? Are you happy? My sister, are you okay? Is your husband treating you well? Is your wife treating you well? If he is doing that, thank God for that. Because a lot of people are crying. A lot of people are crying. Thank God for that. This topic is affecting a lot of people. 90% of marriages are being affected by this UK thing. 90%. I've got my other mother and my other father. They went to the UK. My father went first, and my mother left behind preparing the papers. And she went and she followed the husband with the kids. And they're together. They're living pretty. Always well. Not knowing about what's happening in the bedroom, but all is well. For them, it's working. So, good for you who went with your families. It's good for you, but is everything good? Is everything going well there? Are there no any other challenges that you're facing? Are there other challenges that you're facing in terms of your relationships? How are you coping? My brother, how are you coping? Are you happy? My sister, are you okay? Is your husband treating you well? Is your wife treating you well? If he's doing that, please thank God for that. Because a lot of people are crying. A lot of people are crying. Thank God for that. I've got my young sister who says, I don't want to go to the UK before I get married. I'll be married first, then I'll take my husband to the UK. Then I said, why? You go. Then she said, will I be able to get a husband in the near future? Or I'll get him after 5 years. I'll be old. So how can I help my sister, guys? I know there are people who really managed, who really conquered this situation. Please help a sister, help a brother. How did you manage your marriage? How did you conquer all these challenges?